Hello, and welcome to an Assassin's Creed Valhalla revisit and review. I'll sort of try and mix a bit of the both in. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla released in 10th of November 2020. It had a bit of hype around it. I think that's suffice it to say on the Tales of the Vikings TV show franchise for National Geographic. Was it Geographic? Yeah, or the History Channel. Maybe it was a couple of years too late, honestly. It wasn't at the height of the Viking craze. So, again, maybe it was on the tail end of that, and that may have affected it. In terms of the aesthetic it was going for and the target it was going for. Now, I haven't loaded in because I want to show you the biggest, the same old issues with the... Let's have a look. So we got the whole bunch, all the garbage, all the usual Ubisoft trash. Time savers and things. We got the add-on. So I did get the ultimate version. So it gave me... I do have Wraith of the Druids, Siege of Paris, Way of the Berserker, Legend of Beowulf. But I don't get the other one, the Ragnarok one. That's a separate $60. And I'm like, what the frick? So I haven't, So I did buy the ultimate version when I got the game. So I was suitably hyped and then suitably disappointed. Unsuitably disappointed. It's supposed to be a weekly free item, but they disabled that, as you do. Probably just expired along with the game. We have all these world pack linking to other games. Sort of, look at that, Polar Bear. It's on sale, only 1,080 Helix credits. Look how much I've earned from playing for so long. Yeah. I was going to show you all the stuff so you can go, oh, there's so much. We got some different sets of armor. Which, they look fine, but they're just... Why would you spend real money on this stuff? For Assassin's Creed, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Goodness me, there's a lot. I have to go faster. Holy crap, they put so much effort into the skins. They went nuts. It's just insane to me how much effort they put into these skins that I can't imagine anyone actually buying. These are the Ubisoft Connect ones, so they do link to previous games you owned. Then we got a whole bunch of tattoos. I'm not going to bother with the tattoos. And then weapon stuff. These are actual weapons in game, so again, pay to win. We've got the one-handeds, two-handeds, ranged shields. Again, I don't want to go through all of them. This is a lot of stuff you can buy with real money. We've got a companion, so we've got a lion. That's pretty cool. A robot thingy. And a Erdogan. The wolf. Look at these. They put so much effort into these. These are well-designed things, but they just completely wasted them on this game. They're making the wrong games, Ubisoft. They're making complete wrong games for them. They need to be making freaking an MMO. And then they can just go nuts with all the store stuff. All the mounts and all the different armor skins and things. They can just go crazy with that. There's so much here. I do have the unicorn, I think. But the bear unicorn looks... Uni-bear, look at that. Oh, the raven. That one looks nice. Yeah, so they got lots and lots of variety. They did put a lot of effort in. It looks like they put tremendous effort in there. And then you got stupid time saver garbage. I buy these with silver. Buy silver with money, real money. The boosters and the maps packs and all that garbage. And so how much is a... Oh, come on. How much is a Helix credit? So this is Australian, again... 7.55 Australian is like $5 American, 4.50, something like that. So think less than half. Yeah, just stupid, stupid. All right, let's continue. So I say it's a revisit because I did, when I bought the game, I was somewhat excited, and then honestly on PS4 it wasn't too flash. It wasn't too amazing. Then we got the PS5 upgrade. I got a PS5, and so this was my first game on PS5 that ran actually 60 FPS, which is like, you know, there's nothing too impressive to brag about, but so we got a whole bunch of shared history, threads of fate stretch across the world and time, pulling together kindred spirits to confront a common enemy. So we're talking about the multiplayer stuff. The Raven and the Cuckoo.
Sunan, guide me. Yavolka's hut. Perhaps I should take a look.
Sort of dream. Alright. So the big difference, I want to say, the level management and the power system, the RPG elements are really strong in a way that I don't find too appealing, which is that you need to be a certain level and have a certain amount of strength to be able to actually win combat encounters throughout certain areas. Oh, things have changed a bit. So all these points of interest, mysteries are blue, wealth is gold. I've generally hoarded all the wealth so I can upgrade the starter town. The dome. You got raids you can do with your boat, which actually I want to get the boat. Let's get the boat. So I'm on a horse. Oh, so we've got the horn, torch, cloak, call mount, fishing line, meditate. So let's call mount. Alright, come on. Stop running. Okay. So what's the problem with Assassin's Creed Valhalla? From the looks of it, you know, it runs well. Lots of effort in the store. Whoa, that zooms really far in. This is a controllable arrow. Let me just... No. What are you doing? Okay, this one. Okay. Let's not worry about that.
Have a look, Sunan.
We have the Nordic themes, and we're in England. So we start off in the ice and snow, and then we move over to England. And so the problem is England. It's that's probably the biggest problem with the game. Is just England. Is this whole area, again, this isn't the DLC zones, the Paris and the island and that, but it's the England where you do the the whole game really. Oh, let's get to a port. Oh, where's my town? I can't even tell what it looks like. Yeah, so England is bland. Let's look at the world while I say it. Cold, bland, rainy. Oh, here we go. Come on, sun's up. Sun's coming out. Come on. And generally unlikable. It's just not nice. Oh, there we go. There's the sun. So the textures themselves look fine. It's just that the way that the place is broken up into the river systems to encourage you to use the boat. Again, the boat's just... I don't really like the boat. Where's the closest port pier thing? We can summon the boat. Oh, bloody... There we go. That's right there. Now the armor sets and all that look great. I mean, there's no question there. Combat is fine. I think... You know, for the most part. The UI on the world, you could change that, but it just looks a bit... Yeah, it just looks not good. But you kind of need it to find things, because... Yeah. But it's more of a feeling of the game, and for me, one of the bigger issues at the start is you have, you're a kid and your parents get killed naturally, as it's Assassin's Creed game, and it time skips, and I feel like it time skips too far. So instead of going to when you're like 12 and then you first, learning combat and things, it goes to when you're 16, 17, 18. It's a bit hard to tell. And you're already, seasoned in combat, and you're on a, little journey, and it feels like it takes you away from the character and then brings you back in and goes, oh, you missed a bunch of stuff. There's all these characters you don't know. And it's like, oh, I didn't get to be introduced to them at the start. I didn't get to feel the journey of the character in their life. You get detached from it, and then they go, oh, you're back attached. You're reattached now. You're all back in the story. And it's like, what are they doing? So that really, that annoyed me early on.
Be my eyes, Sunan.
Now, there's a lot of misting, fog and things, which, again, you can use that to save on the draw distance and the load times and things like that. I know there's a bit of, reasonable things going on there, but it's just, it doesn't present that well. While Odyssey was so beautiful in Greece, and they had the water, and you had your ship and ship-to-ship combat. There it is, okay. This one doesn't have that. You have these... Oh, that's where I need to go. Oh, I can fast travel there. Here we have the river systems, and they're very narrow. And it's just not nice. So this is my ship. Let's get in the sun so you can see my beautiful, beautiful ship. Stupid rocks falling from the sky.
You must row in these waters. Sing us a song. Take the mast down.
Hearken well.
Master!
Notion steed, my words gain wing.
Let the sail out!
All in speed I thought will bring. Noble deeds and honor sing. Brave men slain, Valkyrian way. Reward for strength.
Oh wait, I can switch to cinematic camera. Let's do a raid. I'll show you the suggested power is 220. I'm not got enough power. So the whole system, the power system, kind of gatekeeps the whole game, and it sort of forces you into this. Yeah, I don't want to show you that just yet. Let's go. So we have the order. The people need to assassinate. Again, I don't give a crap. Here we go. So we got skills. So we have a giant skill tree. It does remind me of a certain other game, but at the same time, it's Fog of War. So I think this skill tree would have benefited immensely from just being all unveiled from the start, and then instead of fearing the overawed player, they should have said give them the path so they can see where they need to go. So Path of Exile, giving you all of that information, is overawing at times, and makes people a bit hesitant to make decisions. But at the same time, they can plot a course once they know what they're doing somewhat, or what they want to go for. There's things they can aim for and build towards. And here, you have to unlock each node to unlock the next branch, so you can't see ahead where you're going to go. So here we go, we've got Battleground Bolt. So we can see rough abilities, but you can't see all the other stuff around it, which is really helpful. What the heck are these? Arrow Looter. Why are these all in fast mode? Looting food? Power Stroke. Eye of the North. Brent's flinching room hits while aiming with the bow. Combat Dive. So you get iframes like Dark Souls. Cunning Shot. Fight the Queen's Furious. Death draws near. Okay, so we got a bunch of missile reversal. Catching and throwing back. That's the normal stuff. Ooh. What do we got? Master Chef. Cooking stuff. Raven's Loot. Got a whole bunch of stuff. So again, I've got Guided Arrow because I like that. And a couple. There's a mix. You have the stealth, you have the ranged, and you have the melee. And I like the melee, so. But I'm not dual wielding, I'm just using a shield because I like it. But it sort of cuts you off because it's like, I don't want to use that skill, but you get more health there, there's more damage there, and then it opens up other areas you have to go through, you don't want to go through. It's kind of a bit annoying. Alright, what is the one, all this new stuff here? Fight ready. Always start a fight with the adrenaline slot filled. We've got Fearless Leaper. That's a really, really, really good ability. I'd really like that. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. That's pretty nice too. No. Hide Run Slam. Oh, whatever. That's pretty good too. Single hand defense? Oh, that's nice. Healing on kill, that's freaking crazy. But it's not the skills that matter, it's actually just these straight up percentages here that say, straight up amounts. So adding to your damage, melee damage, these are the things that matter in terms of your ability to go through the open world and win combat encounters. Because again, it becomes much harder, you do less damage, they do more damage to you. And we've got our quests, and again we've got the suggested power thing. So I really dislike the suggested power. I kind of feel like the game is a bit too harsh. You do need to be really, really high level, and you get the levels from doing quests and just generally playing the game. All the armor sets, you got to upgrade everything. So see, some of these are at 5 or 6, and then you got to upgrade past all the way to 4. And they cost a lot of resources, and each of them have little rune slots, which again you need to find these as well. So I've got lots of ones that aren't that good, but then some that are. And I don't even have a room for that slot. So with your armor, you're looking for legendary stuff, but you can't get legendary. So you have to get the basic versions. Some of them are slightly higher, and you have to upgrade it all the way. So even like the legendary stuff here is the mythic. It's because I've upgraded it to this point, which is like, I've got my own. Okay, let's put on the melee weapon. So I've been using, this dagger's nice because you can stab, stab, stab. But this is my main weapon. And again, I'm missing a slot. Okay. Okay, can I get to actual combat encounter? Would be good to show you. Oh wait, let's just do. Is it that way? Okay.
Run up the sail!
There's a lot of lowering the mast to get under bridges. There's a lot of just waiting. It's a massive map, but there's not a hell of a lot of it that's actually memorable. Like London, maybe? Like this should be a memorable thing, you know? Got your beautiful rainbow ship. There's a huge amount of horse riding. And it's... So, I think Valhalla... Okay, let's be frank. If you want to enjoy the game, how do you enjoy the game? If you haven't played any of the other Assassin's Creed games, I think you're much more likely to enjoy it. So one of the things with, I think a lot of Ubisoft games in particular, and a lot of open world games, is if you play too many open world games, you get sick of them. And you start to point flaws, and you focus on the flaws, and the negatives a lot easier. And you get bored of them faster. So if you play less of them, you're going to enjoy them more. Whoa. Get some loot. Alright, I'm trying to remember how to play, so I'm going to be a bit rusty. Whoa. Whoa. That's so stupid. Like using a sniper rifle. Alright. We're looking for gold. So with the raid, you can raid the monastery. Kill the monks. The innocent.
The side must be barred.
You gotta collect your berries for healing. Whoa, 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 mate. I have tremendous amount of health. Even though it says I'm low power, because I've got great gear, I'm fine. So this arbitrary assessment of your power level, it is reminiscent of oh god damn it. You know, his power level's at 9,000. How come I can't open this?
From the other side.
So my boys are doing the raiding. They're working hard. Oh, there's some sort of crappy icon. Oh, there. Is that it? Is that an opening? It is an opening. Oh, good. Was that the only thing? Okay. Holy crap. That's it.
Go, soon.
One of the things,
Over here!
you have to ask for help, and early on the game would glitch and you would be standing there on your own. People just not helping you at all. Oh, the children. Don't kill the children. Okay, so we want to collect supplies so we can upgrade buildings at the home base. Really?
Help me with this!
Okay, I can't do that. There are big castles and forts and things. And there are kings and all sorts of political things going on. The depth at which you can interact with it is, again, limited to the story, really. What? How can I get in? I swear you could shoot these bloody things. Ah, come on. Yeah, I do struggle sometimes working out how to get into these stupid buildings. Like, if you can work it out, what am I doing wrong? What's, like... Oh well. There's another building I can't get into. No, that one I did go into. What am I missing? Upstairs? Okay. It's on fire. That should help me to get the loot, yeah? Do you like their shields? They've all got rainbow shields. Can I go in the chimney? I'm telling you right now, I just have no clue. I swear you can destroy these. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, let's abandon ship. Get back to the boat! Retreat! Where is it?
About this
Swan, that's it.
my friend.
We got most of the loot.
Monastery there, Eivor.
Yeah, well, I can't do anything with it.
Sail! Catch the wind!
Ridiculous. Alright, I'll fast travel back to the main base and show you what that's like, and then... And it's here, isn't it? With all the stupid objectives. So, I don't mind combat, I don't mind the abilities I didn't show you any to do, because again, you don't need them too often. There's a whole bunch of different abilities, and so there's depth there. But again, that told me before I did the raid, it recommended to me that I was too weak to do it. But I'm quite the opposite.
The horn sounds for a new arrival. Who would it be?
2 visitors, blah blah blah.
They bring a feast and build their own guest house. These are very generous guests.
So the town is something you build as you progress through, and you can customize it. I've got these little light thingies, they look cool. And you can get different crew people to go with you, and you know, you upgrade the stores. I mean, it's quite nice, really. I'm gonna assassinate this thing. Get him. And you have the critical assassinate quick time event thing, so you can do more damage. Something that they... Again, I don't think that was well received either. There's a pig. So you can upgrade things. So again, I'm not going to upgrade the tattoo shop because I don't really...
Admitted, Alvis. I am am the superior wordsmith. Admit
You got people who argue all the time. Mostly forgettable characters, unfortunately. Because you feel like they do put in the effort, they do have the dialogue. So we got the decorative parts. I want to do the... I'd like a hub. Do we have a hub or just everything? Start a feast. You can do events. We've got the brewery. Again, increases the feast buff, so you can get more health during the feasts. We have some new people, and then there's all that sort of connected to the world type thing. But, you know, it's not ugly, it's just... Oh, what's that cat doing? I don't like the main character, because we miss a part of her growth, or his growth, because you can choose boy or girl. I don't like that. I feel like I don't like them at all. And the critical part of their development we don't take part in, so I don't feel too invested in them as a person. And the whole thing they have with the mythological aspects, which is going to, you know, you become Odin in the Norse mythology, and you're living his story through in that realm. So it's with Loki and the giant wolf and all that sort of stuff, and it's underwhelming for me. That's my feelings. I just found it because you weren't a character, you were someone else. You weren't this person, whoever this person is, which I don't feel too attached, but you weren't them. So I kind of feel like you should have been your own character, which is where...
I would sooner square a circle.
Enough. Where Assassin's Creed Odyssey does better, because it interweaves you into your character into the greater mythos in a much clearer way. In that you have your own destiny and your own story, and it's not you taking the place of another character because they're lazy to write their own thing for you. Now, as for accessing DLC, okay, we got the Craftsman. Okay, got to open the river route to Ravensthorpe to do the Irish one, the Druid one. Okay, that's how you trigger the France one. So you can't just go straight there. You've got to do a whole mission quest thing, and I can't be bothered doing it. Some of the areas are even worse. I think more bleak. But I'm struggling to really make a case for you even buying the game. I'm like, they've added DLCs and things, but it's so tedious. It's so much. Look, there's green trees. Don't buy the game. That's it. Yep, that'll be my conclusion. This is a 6 out of 10 game, maybe 7. You know, if you played the DLCs and enjoyed them, then I'm very, good power to you. The world is absolutely massive, but I don't want to be in it, really. Climbing up here was a pain in the ass, I will tell you that.
What do you see?
The general characters I'm not attached to any of them. I don't care about any of them. So it's, a bit lifeless. You do have the conquest, you are taking over the territories, but it again, you go back to Norway. Let's go back to Norway, actually. It's a great idea. Norway's a little better, I think, in terms of the aesthetic. It has a feeling of being a unique environment, and England just doesn't at all. It just... There we go, that's where I want to be. It doesn't feel special. So I cleared out all this Norway. I did all the collectible stuff, and then we got over to England, and it's just like, I'll raid a monastery again. And it just happens. Norway at least looks interesting, you know? But then, you know, again, you get bored of it because it is all just snow. Alright, so... I'm about to get killed. One of the things with armor is that the best way to get upgraded armor is actually not to progress through the game normally. There's actually a really clever way of doing it, where you go to a certain spot. You can look it up yourself, I don't want to spoil it, but you can farm the materials you need to get the best upgrades, and you can just do that, and it's so much easier. It's just insane. Now, I'm just going to fall to my death here. Into the water. See, cop that. You thought I was going to croak. There is cold in the cold area, so you can die of cold. Look, let's get some... Yep, iron ores and crystals. Yeah, so no, the story is... you're invading England because you want money. That's it. You and your brother who suddenly spawned out of nowhere. You're building this town because you want a town. You're talking to the other local kings. All the local kings and leaders, and then you're doing battles, and you attack the fortress, and then you kill the leader or negotiate some more. You can have drinking contests, which are like a rhythm game. Good way to make money, actually. And there's this stupid suggested power thing. Stops you from exploring the world because it tells you it's so dangerous. I hate it. I hate the restrictive, oppressive nature of this game that really wants you to do a whole bunch of stupid side quests. Now this one says suggested power 160. But I'm too weak for that. What the frick? I'm only 127 and I smashed a 220 raid. The cities and towns are quite bland. London... Oh, let's go to London, actually. It's down here, isn't it? This is London, isn't it? Yeah, London. London at least has some sort of... Oh, you know... Maybe something will happen to it. But it's all the time period is the problem. We're too early. There's not enough developed. There's not enough going on. I mean, Assassin's Creed... Unity and them did all this. Look at this. This is London. At least this is interesting. Londinium, I mean. You know, London, whatever it is. And we've got a Colosseum and we've got interesting things going on. But at the same time, all you do is you jump down, you run around the streets, you summon your horse, you search a couple of buildings, talk to some annoying people. This game desperately needed something to break it up. Again, they've got the bears. You can ride the bear, sure. Hopefully you can ride the bear. me right a bit.
One crack. That statue's as fragile as the rest of my collection and costs more than the hole you call a hell.
The side quests and that, they're fine. I think I'll describe them. The main quest with your people.
Hello and welcome.
Okay, so we can buy different horses. Why would I buy them? Bloody hell, they're expensive, these pieces.
All done. I have to go.
Yep.
See you soon.
So, again, I want to contextualize that I am sick of riding horses. I've played Red Dead Redemption 2 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins, and at least they had the camels in Origins. And I'm well and truly horsed to death. Done so much horse riding. It's just, I have nothing left in me for horse riding. Which is quite sad, but it is what it is.
Have a look soon.
Yeah, let's go with fishing line out. What? I can't fish? Why can't I fish? Oh, I can't fish. Now, at least the modern world and the whole going into the soul thing isn't as overbearing, but it doesn't mean you can just, you know, kill locals. See, look, you get desynchronized. See, look, I got desynchronized. So even though I can raid the monks, and we can kill the people in monasteries, and your buddies can burn their houses to the ground, can't kill the innocent in a Viking game. It's very strange. There's this whole double standard around who is innocent and who isn't. And it's always been something that's carried through Assassin's Creed to stop it from becoming GTA, which I can understand some of the logic, but there's so much killing in this game. There's so much killing that it kind of blurs into a... Well, who matters? And who doesn't? Because pretty much everyone doesn't matter. Don't buy Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm begging you. I'm begging you, don't buy it. I'm begging you. Yeah, I've just rabbited on. Rabbited on? Rabbited on? Oh look, we're jumping in. Oh look, we're jumping in a hole. Into water. Why would we jump in the hole? Can we climb out? Because I don't want to be in this freaking hole. Please. And yeah, so don't buy the game. 6 out of 10. Characters are garbage, story's garbage. I haven't played the DLC, so maybe the DLC is better. I'd hope to goodness gracious that it is better. But yeah, ugh, this can't be. Yeah. Combat's okay. I mean, I wouldn't recommend using the weapon I've got, the flail. It's probably one of the worst weapons in the game, honestly. So I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. We've got the chargey thing where I charge. So all your abilities use up like a bar, so it's not like the previous games where you could be a bit more frugal. But in this one, at least you can play dead. Maybe that's the answer to this question about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Just play dead. Yeah. Yeah, lots of sort of depth, make-believe depth, really, because you can, you know, be so powerful. The bow is incredibly overpowered. If you do the bow range skill tree, you can snipe enemies that are supposedly way higher power level and just destroy the entire balance that they're trying to create, which they're forcing on the game. It's just a bit silly the way that they've forced the balance. I think I prefer enemy scaling to you a lot more, or at least one or two levels higher than you. So just a little bit stronger than you if you're going outside of where the main missions are. And then, you know, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and then when you get to like really high power levels, they sort of scale with you. So you're not, but they can sort of drop off a tiny bit. I feel like giving the player the choice, I think, is really important. Because now we're dead. But it's beautiful. I mean, they did a good job making it look as well as they could. But it's England. And it can only look beautiful in a little bit of light. And the rest of the time it's dark and dank and gloomy and boring and depressing. It's just not a nice place to be. And it's an open world game, so you got to spend so long there. You've got to make things somewhat compelling. So the DLC, you go to Paris, raid Paris, and then you go to Ireland for the Druid one, and then there's another one with the more mythological aspects. And I can't recommend them because, again, it's a pain in the ass to get it all done. Get to them. And I just don't want to. I don't feel it. I stopped playing the game, and the DLC and all that came out, and that wasn't even enough. I didn't want to come back. I don't want to play this shit game. I gave it a 6 because, again, it's still a big, ambitious project, and you got to be somewhat considerate, but just Mirage, I'm hoping it's a lot more. Again, it can be similar to Origins. I've heard it's going to be smaller, so maybe they can more densely pack in the good stuff, not worry so much about padding the world with just shit. And maybe that's a good thing for the series. Whether the game even gets released, again, Ubisoft's having a whole bunch of issues, so let's assume that it'll get released because it's the flagship game, but I don't know. People really wanted the original, similar to the original, but the original is very short and narrow. So I like the second game, but again, that's more open world. But it still had its own issues because I feel like the characterization was good. Your main character was good. I liked, the story, and the people you meet are interesting. Again, in this, it just doesn't tick any of those boxes of interesting characters and stories. And again, you got the UI stuff. You can turn that off, but I don't know. The sun sets on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I will not return for this particular series for a while. I won't pre-order or do anything, deluxe editions or anything with Mirage. I'm just going to be like, nah, screw that. So maybe I'll play it when it's cheaper. We'll see what happens. It depends. We'll see how the marketing and, I don't know. I've been very kind, I'd say, to Ubisoft in my time. Yeah. Alright, let's get up, going. Okay. Alright. Call the bloody dog. Don't I have a different skin for this bloody horse? I can't even do that here. But yeah, if you enjoyed the game, again, you win. That's what we're all about here on this Frosty510's channel. If you have fun playing a game, then you're the winner. If you don't have fun, then let's discuss why. I think your impact on the world is also something I don't feel is particularly strong. And I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's just, yeah, so much of it is just unpleasant. And the whole boat thing and the raid thing is just stupid. I feel like it's a tired joke. The raiding of the monasteries. And then they just play into it and give you so many monasteries to raid. I'm like, Jesus. It's just well and truly overdone. Yeah. Alright then, this has been Frosty510. My previous video was fun and happy and wonderful, but this one, I tell you, I'm not always sad and upset and annoyed about games. I do enjoy a lot of games, so I hope it doesn't. I'm not selling that image, but it is what it is. Each game makes me feel a certain way, and I try and articulate it to the best of my ability. Not always successful, but that's the nature of thoughts, feelings, and emotions. The act of expressing them is all, again, under safe circumstances, totally reasonable. Yeah. So maybe it's just the color tones. Alright then, I'll see you next time. Come on, finish with the bloody moon. Is that the moon? Bloody cow! Piss off! I'm trying to have a cinematic moment with the moon and you just... moo. Alright then. You can't escape. They're just simple bloody peasantry. Goodness me. Alright then. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.